The area shaded in red shows the continent of North America, Central America, and South America, where the negative smoke resist decoration extended. From the central Mississippi Valley of the United States to Central America in the late Maya Classic period, done in Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, then into Colombia, Ecuador, Peru. From the north of Peru, the Vicus and the Nananique, down to the next valley, Viru, Santa, up in the Andes, Riquay, Pachash, down near Lima, Caracas, late period. Further down to Chile, the peten culture did it, as to Argentina, the furthest south where it is seen, and the Condorhuasi culture. Peru, North Peru, in the Piura department done by the Nananique and Vicus 600 years before Christ. Further south, the Viru Valley, the Santa culture. Up in the Andes in central Peru, the Riquay and the Pachash, as well as the Cajamarca culture. Down to Chile, the Peten culture, 600 to 1532 AD, and the Condorhuasi culture in Argentina. Likewise, it was done in Europe on the Swiss-German border by the Hallstad, Hallstad-C civilization there. So the technique extended from North America to Central America to South America on the western portion by the following cultures. In Central America, it was done in the Maya late Classic period. Therefore, from 2,132 years ago to now, the present time, this work of Duncan Ross, this technique has been rediscovered. I will explain later. What is negative so-called decoration? The black on this ancient pot from Colombia, Quimbayar culture in South America, all the black is so-called negative, which is smoke penetrated. Mistakenly, archaeologists attributed the black to be black mineral oxide. However, upon firing, it volatilizes off, therefore it was organic, namely carbon or smoke penetrated. Here you see a flame mark on one side. The inside is black. The outside on this heavily grawed vessel is terracotta with the second semi-reduction firing. As the map showed, it extended all the length of the Americas, North America, Central America to South America. Yet, history of ceramic authors do not even mention this decorative process. The oldest examples seem to be from around 600 before Christ in North Peru and Ecuador, and then it disappeared until it was rediscovered at Chulucanas, Peru in 1977 by the author of this interesting pot, Geronimo Sosa Olache. You can see how uneven the black is, which proves it was not mineral oxide. It is often described as comparable to batik on textile work, like wax resist, so to speak. On this particular pot, which happens to have a crack, the triangle sort of at 7 o'clock, Mr. Sosa did beyond ancestry work in his work in 1977. In this vessel, he did double smoke resist, a lighter and a darker. And then over here in the triangle, you can hardly see it, there are lines which are smoke sgraffito, another beyond ancestry achievement of his. This little miniature shows an example of on-gold over terracotta, and subsequently this design is what you call smoke sgraffito, done in Chulucanas by these fellows in 1977. Geronimo Sosa in 1977 on this part went way beyond his ancestry by applying what you call blended on-gold, from white to pink to red. Thereupon he did his smoke decoration of his ancestors, the Vicus culture at Chulucanas 600 years before Christ. On this particular part, he likewise decorated within the rim. It is 1.5 millimeter thin, perfectly symmetrical, and very lightweight, as his ancestors did in the past. This side of the pot shows the nice contrast with the blended on-gold in this case and the black. Mr. Sosa is likewise a very talented self-taught graphic artist as well as sculptor. Here is a 600 BC Chulucanas owl. We will bounce from 600 BC to 2009. Here is an example of a rock and paddle Chulucanas pot showing the same technique 480 years later. An example of sgraffito overemphasizing the resist in this case. See the black lines? They were engraved through the slip. I will now show you the slip so you will understand the process. Here you see a pot that has been fired or bisqued with white on-gold, and the gray substance is clay slurry that is dried. In this case it is rather thick, but in a thinner application you scribe through it with a sharp pointed needle or any instrument, and then you get the sgraffito effect, or you can mix both. So these two pots are ancient South American smoke resist decorated in a simple design effect. So I will go back and forth with the old and the new. The next one is new from London. I do not remember the name of the artist. I'm sorry to say I only got this photo on the internet, but it is an example of smoke resist. The modern term in the fashion is called naked clay also. Here is a very contemporary exemplification of the smoke penetration, which is becoming far more popular worldwide than raku has been in the 60s, I feel. Duncan Ross of England is very successful in his own understanding of carbon penetration. However, I do not know where he came to this understanding, but his work is exemplary and burnished and shiny, as you see here. Another Chulucanas young man married to a Japanese with contemporary world influence. Here you see his contemporary indigenous expression of all the techniques I described before. His name is Maneno Juarez, and he presently lives in Japan with his Japanese wife. Since Geronimo Sosa Alache rediscovered his ancient 600 before Christ technique as above, Chulucanas has become very famous for their reintroduction of the method. The above is the slip slurry ready to be smoked in the smoker, and below, as we will see some of his achievements further on here.